HP is one of the oldest brands in the world of technology, whose history is tied to the formation of the world's technology center, Silicon Valley. HP, also known as Hewlett-Packard, was an American brand that split in 2015 into two separate private companies, HP Inc. and HP Enterprise. In this video, we will examine the history of the main brand, namely HP, which of course will be the common history of both new companies. HP is an internationally recognized ICT company headquartered in Palo Alto, California, also known as Silicon Valley. The company, now known as the designer, manufacturer, and seller of numerous hardware products, software, and commercial services, started from a small garage with the capacity of a car in the same Palo Alto. Bill Hewlett and David Packard were the founders of HP. The first products produced by this company were electric measuring devices. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. The company has had many ups and downs in nearly a century of its activity and at times has been recognized as the top of computer vendor in the world. HP was even ranked 9th on the Fortune 500 list in 2009 due to its high growth and revenue. As mentioned, the history of HP is tied to Silicon Valley. The company was founded in an area that is now recognized as a pioneer in the forefront of the technology world and the birthplace of most of today's deconstructive technologies. Of course, in the 1930s, when Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard met at Stanford University, the area became more famous for agriculture and horticulture, and the two experts introduced the first signs of technology. The two Stanford graduates used a small garage on Edison Palo Alto Street to begin their work, a historic site known today as the birthplace of Silicon Valley. The two worked for different companies before starting their own company. Dave worked at General Electric and was still in touch with Bill, despite his relative distance from him and his marriage in New York. Finally, their professor, Fred Terman, suggested that the two start their own independent company focusing on new technologies. After the offer, Dave went to California with his wife and some construction equipment such as a drill. Bill was looking for a place for the young couple to live at the time and was able to rent a house at 367 Edison Street for $45 a month. Dave and his wife lived in the main room of the house, and Bill lived in a small hut in the backyard. But the main positive point of this house was its small garage, which seemed great to start with these two engineers. Bill and Dave's new garage had no other features other than space, concrete floor, and simple work desk. The two made prototypes of their products in this small space, and as the first product, produced a heat-generating medical device and sold it to the Palo Alto Clinic. Another device was built to help astronomers help them mount the telescope accurately. In addition to these products, the first innovations and inventions gradually found their place in the famous garage. Interesting inventions that sometimes had nothing to do with each other. A harmonica tuner, an indicator sensor for use in bowling alleys, and an electric eye for use in a bathroom siphon were among the small inventions of this small group. HP's entry into new segments of the electronics markets never stopped in the 20th century. After successfully launching the first personal computer, they targeted two areas of business, and in 1972, they introduced the first decentralized computer with the ability to process data, the HP 3000. Nearly 2 decades into the 21st century, HP has seen many ups and downs over the years. They entered the field of nanotechnology at the beginning of the 21st century with serious plans. Large teams of chemists, psychists, engineers, and computer scientists gathered at the company to apply molecular and nanotechnology technologies to the computer industry. One of the achievements of this research team was the densest electronic memory ever. The achievement was a 64-bit memory that worked with molecular switches. The dimensions of this memory were too small that more than 1,000 of them could be implemented on human hair. Another important event at the beginning of this century was the merger of two major companies, HP and Compaq, in 2002. The new company had more than 1 billion users and operated in 162 countries. The company's stock symbol was also changed to HPQ to indicate this merger.